welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. Thought I'd wear this hat, keep my viewers away from my whiskers today since I'm going to working outside. I didn't shave today, I still got my work clothes on, but I thought I'd make a quick video here and show you a little bit around my garden. It's not spectacular this year, still having some problems with my Back to Eden garden. I'll show you that in a little bit here. But I thought I'd show you some of the stuff going on around here. There's an old painting in behind me. I don't know if you remember that. That's one I did quite a long time ago. An old painting of a peacock, oil painting. But anyways, let's turn this camera around here and show you some stuff going on. This is another gargoyle I started painting. This is just a base coat. This ain't the color it's going to be. This is hopefully going to be another video in the future if it all turns out. But it's been sitting on my table for couple weeks now. I got to get back to it. I've just been busy outside weeding. The rain just keeps me busy. So busy around here with the weeds. It's just hard to keep up. So just wanted to show you this. This is a possibility of a future video, hopefully, if it all turns out. I did another one a while ago, if you remember. If you want to look back and see that video, go check it out. Or I painted another statue for the lawn. I got one at each one of my doors, and like I said, I bought these after I got divorced to keep all the wicked women away, and so far they seem to be working, so I got to keep them painted, keep them going. So let's go outside and check out the garden. This is right outside my doorway. This is just a flower bed. I got to deadhead all those flowers. It's hard to keep up with everything around here. You're going to see some weeds in there because I start weeding, I get done, and I gotta like start again. This keeps on going. I do have some cactuses that stay here all year round, which a lot of people didn't know we had cactuses in Wisconsin that could do that. There is. Got some milkweeds growing there. These flowers I think are kind of cool. Petunias. They're another one you got a deadhead or they just quit growing, but if you look real closely at them, the red parts form a heart. I don't know if you can see that. I think that's pretty cool. And here's the other gargoyle I painted a while ago at the beginning of the summer. And some more hostas that are about ready to bloom. I wanted to show you Willow. This is little Willow. I bought her off of Amazon. And she's doing spectacular. Doing really well. Here's the corn. This ain't my corn, but I used to grow corn here. Now I rent the farmland out. But just look how tall it is. Doing spectacular. We've had a lot of rain and warm weather. Doing really, really good this year. And here's another patch of mine. Got watermelons growing down at this end. And pumpkins growing in the front here. They are growing and they're getting kind of wild. They're going to be taking over my lawn pretty soon. And in the back is marigolds and zinnias. Had a lot of problems with Japanese beetles this year. I never had a problem with them much any other year. This is the first I really noticed a problem. And I can show you some of the leaves here. They're eating some of the leaves. You can see the holes in the leaves there. Actually, I sprayed them yesterday, and but there's more coming back. But they eat holes in the leaves. There's one right there, one of those Japanese beetles. I don't know if you can see them in there. There's a couple more. But anyways, I guess there's enough stuff for them to eat too. But the pumpkins are doing spectacular. They don't seem to bother the pumpkins too much. One good thing is I don't have much money in my garden this year. All the seeds were, most of the seeds I should say. I did buy a couple things, not much. Like everything here is all free. I saved seeds from last year, and I didn't buy any of these seeds, I don't think. Maybe the watermelons, that's about it. Here's my little asparagus patch. Gone to seed or building energy to come back next year. That's what you do, is you let it go to seed. You use it. I usually go until almost like July. I actually quit a week early this year because it was so hot. So I let her go to seed a little bit early. Plus my freezer was full of asparagus. So, but I think asparagus is one of the best things I ever done as far as giving me a whole abundance of food. It was one of the best things. It takes about 3 years before it gets established, but boy, after that you get lots and lots of food off of it. Here's another spot I got planted. I used this spot mostly to start my seeds, and then I transplanted them into other parts of the garden. But some of the stuff did end up staying in here. Onions. I still might transplant some of those onions into the garden. Basil, which I saved seeds from last year. I did buy parsley seeds. That's in the back there. They're pretty big. I should have transplanted some of them, but they're fine. I'm going to start using some of that stuff. This is the Back to Eden garden with the wood chips, which I've been having problems because I didn't realize that you have to scrape the wood chips off every year and put composted cow manure down. And I didn't do that for a long time, and it got depleted of nitrogen. And I'm still having a hard time getting her built back up. This is the first year I tried building it back up. I scraped it all off, did the composted cow manure. The only problem is with the composted cow manure, it's not a lot of fertilizer, not a lot of nitrogen in it. I think it's 0.5% nitrogen, and I need a whole lot more. I'm thinking about discontinuing the Back to Eden garden, scraping all these wood chips off and reverting back to normal. Maybe next year I might even let this sit idle and just cover it with cow manure and just let it compost and till it in, and keep filling her up with fertilizer and see what happens. And maybe the following year I'll plant again, but I want to cut back. I got too much stuff. I want to do other stuff like oil painting and metal detecting, and this gardening stuff is just taking up all my time weeding. Some of the problem is I didn't have enough wood chips down at this end of the garden. You can see in the corn the yellowness. There's a lack of nitrogen. Plus, it can be also a cause of extensive rain, which we've had this year too. But even like the beans, this end is doing okay, but that end doing not very good. But once they get bigger, they seem to get nitrogen out of the air, and they'll come out of it. Some of it will. But yeah, you can see like I don't have enough wood chips down here, and the weeds are coming in down here. But yep, very bad. This part is very bad. This is Jerusalem artichokes. They're doing very well. Those things are very hard to contain. They like to escape. They're like, I'd call them invasive. They're like an invasive weed almost. But I like them for their flowers. You can, they're related to the sunflower, but they don't get that big. They get a yellow, smaller flower on them. They do get like a bulb in the ground, which can be ate like a potato, I guess. I haven't tried that yet, but I will someday. Mine don't get very big, the bulbs in the ground, because mine are so thick they need to be thinned out, and I thin them out, but they're deep. I guess I don't dig deep enough, because no matter how thin I thin them out, they just come back so thick. But those things are something I guess it's a good thing for emergency food if you wanted them. In case something happened where you couldn't get no groceries or something, you always got this, I guess, as a backup. But I use them mostly just for the flowers. Got some sweet corn growing here, doing better. Getting some ears on it. Won't be long, I'll have some sweet corn. Got some smaller sweet corn in front of that. And then in the green cones, I got some smaller pepper plants. They're going to be later. They're bigger. They were started in that other round thing where I said I started some seeds and transferred stuff. I put those domes on it today because we had some severe weather supposed to be coming, and I didn't want them to get flattened out by a storm. Some onions there. The tomatoes, I put an extra cage on top because they're getting so tall. These are just smaller, I don't remember what they're called. They're smaller tomatoes. I like to use them on shish kebabs. And I use make shish kebabs with peppers and onions, which I got back here. Cook them on the grill, and smoked sausage like that. And here's zucchini, which I also put on the shish kebabs. And all that stuff should be coming about the same time, so perfect for cooking on the grill. These are my early peppers. These are green bell peppers. The peppers in the cones back there, which you can't see because they're covered up, are yellow bell peppers, which I saved those seeds from store-bought pepper. Here's the other gargoyle I painted. Some of you might have seen that video. I made a video of me painting that. He's sitting on the front porch. This is a catalpa tree, and I do have quite a few bird houses around. This is a wren house. There's a wren in there, and I love listening to them wrens. Actually, I see there's another nest up here right now. I didn't even know that. Actually, there's a bird in there right now. I don't know if that's a baby or a mother in there. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, I don't know what that is. That's kind of weird. I'm surprised there's two nests so close to each other like that. Hope you can see that bird in there. But this is a catalpa tree. I love this tree, but it had a rough time because we had what they call a polar vortex. I think I mentioned that before. Years ago, it got to like 40 below zero, and it was a baby tree at the time. And yeah, it had a rough time surviving, but it keeps coming back. It's like a pretty tough tree. Actually, see, there's one of those little, like I don't know what you call them, a seed pod, I guess, right next to that nest up there. It kind of makes these long seed pods look like a pencil. Hopefully you can see that. I can't see my screen very well. I'm trying to aim at it. It's on the right side of the nest. It's the only one I see right now. This is a cherry bush. It had a few cherries on it this year, but it wasn't real good. It started out real good. Then we got kind of a frost, and it hurt some of them. Some of them fell off, and then we got dry weather, and then some more fell off. But yeah, that's a lilac bush over here. I don't know why my lilies are later than everybody else's. There's a lot of lilies in the ditches and stuff, and they're all blossomed out, and mine are always later. I don't know why. And then I got another little flower bed up here by the road. And I have same thing, zinnias and marigolds in there, and I also have some elephant plant growing in there. So they're fighting to see who's going to be the tallest. And then some of you might like my sign here. I don't know. Then I got some more hostas all blooming out here by the old barn. But as you can see, they're kind of yellowed out because we've had such high heat, and hostas don't like that. But they are kind of shaded in here, so that kind of helps a little bit. Thought I'd end this little video over here by the old Sasquatch. I know a lot of you like him. And just wanted to thank you all for watching. Sorry I didn't shave today. Just a work day, and just thought I'd make a quick video. And I really appreciate each and every one of you watching my videos. So make sure you leave a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next Wisconsin Greg Show. Take care, everyone. Bye now.